Hi, welcome to DevBlocks. In this video, we will learn about Ethereum accounts and transactions. If you are new on the channel, my name is Himmat. Here we learn all fundamental concepts and practical development of blockchain technologies. So if this is something helpful to you, then press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Let's get started. Ethereum accounts. Each account represented by 20 bytes or 160 bits of address. An Ethereum account contains four fields. First, nonce. Nonce is a counter that indicates the number of transactions sent from an account. With every transaction, it incremented by 1. Second, ether balance. Ether balance is number of V owned by this account. 1 ether is equal to 1 and 18 times 0 V. Ether is a cryptocurrency associated with Ethereum. Third, contract code or code hash. This refers to the code of an account on the Ethereum virtual machine. This EVM code gets executed if account get a message call. It is immutable, hence once deployed it cannot be changed. Fourth, storage root or storage hash. It is a 256-bit hash of the root node of a Merkle Patricia Trie. By default it's empty. Let's quickly understand Merkle Patricia Trie. Trie is also known as digital tree or radix tree. All the children of the node have a common prefix of the string associated with that parent node, and the root is associated with the empty string. Consider this example. All childs T, TED and 10 have the common prefix letter TE, which is the same as their parent node. Patricia. It is a practical algorithm to retrieve information coded in alphanumeric. Consider this example below. Here we are searching for toasting. So path will be from root to T, then T to toast, and then toast to toasting. If you want to search for taste, then path will be root to T and T to taste. And finally, Merkle. This tree is cryptographically secure. Each node is referred by its hash, and root node becomes cryptographic fingerprint of the entire tree. Hence it is a Merkle. If you want me to make a detailed video on Merkle Practical Trie, then please comment below. Let's go back to Ethereum accounts. There are two types of account in Ethereum network: externally owned account and contract account. An externally owned account has cryptographic pair of keys, public key and private key, and the account is controlled by private key. Public key is available to others, whereas private key is always with the account owner. Private key is used to sign a transaction to ensure it was signed by a sender and grant the permission for the transaction. For externally owned accounts, the code hash field is the hash of the empty string. That means it cannot contain EVM code. Contract account. Contract account is controlled by their EVM code or contract code. It has code hash or contract code and the storage hash. Contract code execution is triggered by transactions or message call from other contracts. Now there are few features which both account type has. First, receive, hold and send ETH or tokens. And second, interact with deployed smart contract. Now let's understand account creation. For externally owned accounts, when a user want to create an account, most of the application generate a random private key. Then the public key is generated from private key using elliptical curve digital signature algorithm, that is ECDSA. Public address of an account is created by using 20 bytes of the KeySax 256 hash of the public key and adding 0x at the beginning. You need a private key to sign a message and transactions which output a signature, and others can use that signature to derive your public key, proving the author of the message. Second, for contract accounts, the contract address is usually given when contract is deployed to the Ethereum network. The address comes from the creator's address and the number of transactions sent from that particular account address. That is the nonce. Let's understand transactions in detail. Transactions are cryptographically signed instructions from an account transmitted by Ethereum network and recorded on Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum does not start automatically. Everything starts with a transaction. The simplest transaction is transferring ETH from one account to another. A transaction includes nouns, a sequence number, that is the number of transactions created by an account, the recipient, the destination or receiving address, signature, the identifier of the sender. This is the digital signature which includes authentication, non-repudiation and integrity. To know more about cryptography, please find a video link in the description below. Value, amount of ETH to be transferred from sender to receiver. Data, data is an optional field to include additional data. Gas limit, the maximum amount of gas units can be consumed by a transaction. Max priority fees per gas, the maximum amount of gas to be included as a tip to the miner. Max fees per gas, the maximum amount of gas willing to be paid for the transaction. Types of transactions. There are two types of transactions. First, contract creation, and second, message call. Contract creation. When user initiates a transaction, it will create an contract address with code hash and storage hash and deploy to the Ethereum network. This transaction does not have two fields in the transaction. It uses data field for contract code. Message call. Message call can be a regular transaction, which is a transaction from one external own account to another, or code execution on already deployed smart contract. It can be triggered by a transaction or by a contract code. Transaction lifecycle. Once transaction is submitted, first, cryptography generates a transaction hash. Second, newly created transaction is broadcast to the network and included to the memory pool with other transaction. Third, a miner should pick a transaction and verify it and then include into the block. Fourth, sender receives a confirmation. Let's understand one more concept called RLP, recursive length prefix encoding. RLP is the main encoding method used to serialize objects in Ethereum. The transaction message is serialized using the recursive length prefix. RLP does not contain any field delimiter. Length prefix used to identify length of each field. Transaction properties or features. A transaction should meet below criteria. It should have valid transaction signature. It should have valid nouns. The transaction gas limit is equal to or greater than their intrinsic gas. So what is intrinsic gas? Intrinsic gas is combination of gas fees plus storage fee plus contract creation fee. Contract creation fee only required for contract creation transaction. It should have enough Ether in sender's account including gas fee. A transaction is an atomic nature, that means it will complete or there will be no effect. It can't be partial. A transaction cannot overlap, it should be executed in sequential order. Order of transaction is not guaranteed. Miners can determine the order in the block. Here, for example, there are 3 miners and each one has their own transaction order in their block, which will be added to the blockchain. The final order of transaction will be winner miners block. Now, how winner is selected? Winner is selected based on consensus algorithm such as proof of work and proof of stake. We will see consensus algorithm and other related details in another video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.